Hello everyone, this is Tom Coyle, and here I will give you a very quick overview of some of PCmover's capabilities. Now, it isn't possible in a short session like this for me to walk through everything that PCmover can do, so if you like what you see here and want to explore this in more detail, just schedule time with us for a one-on-one demonstration so we can go through it all together in as much depth as you need. The most common use case for PCmover is old PC, new PC. You're just giving the user a new machine, and you and the user want everything to work the same. That's the basic functionality of PCmover, to transfer everything from user data and profile settings all the way up to applications themselves, and to do it easily without doing any advanced configuration, making no special choices. Just run PCmover in a default configuration, and when we're done, in the vast majority of cases, you or the user will not need to perform any remediation before the user can start working again, because the new environment looks and works just like the old one. So let's take a look at this use case. Here I've got a very simple test environment of two machines. Here's a new Windows 11 PC. It has nothing installed on it, just a single user account, single disk drive, no data, really just out-of-box experience. Here's my old Windows 10 machine, and you can see I've set the wallpaper as an example of a user profile setting. I've got a couple applications installed. Here's Chrome with my Laplink bookmark and VLC, which I deployed portably. Some more changes that I won't go into depth about. I've actually got multiple user accounts on this machine, and I have user data scattered all over the machine. So generally just a typical user environment. Now let's run PCmover on both machines, and here we're going to choose our first workflow. Again, the most common scenario is old PC, new PC, and that is what this workflow, transfer between PCs, is designed to do. The idea is that we run PCmover simultaneously on the old PC and the new PC, continue through the workflow, and everything will be transferred in a single effort. So that's what we're going to do. Now, in this case, these machines are emulating a typical campus-based environment. They are connected together through a simple LAN connection, but we do have other options available, such as direct cable connections, either with Ethernet or with USB. We also support Intel Thunderbolt networking for this, but again, in this case, just a simple gigabit Ethernet LAN connection. Now we will simply click the next button on both PCs, and because they're on the same LAN segment, they are discovering each other and then connect as they've done here. And as the old PC instructs us, go to the new PC. So we're going to finish up the process from here. Click Analyze, and the two machines are now talking live to find out everything that the old machine has that would need to be transferred. Another next button. And now a final calculation about what actually needs to be transferred, because PCmover fundamentally, by default, will not overwrite anything that already exists. The analysis is complete, so now we get an estimate of how much data actually needs to be transferred over and a time estimate. For that, let's click Start Transfer. Transfer has started. And we're done. Now, because we have transferred user account information and registry settings and such, we do need to reboot that new PC to get all that new information. That PC has finished rebooting, so let's log into it and see what it looks like. And here we go. So you can see that the wallpaper transferred over. Again, just an example of a user profile setting. My applications are running just fine. Here's my portable VLC. Here's Chrome with my Laplink bookmark there. And again, without going into the detail, like I said, the old machine had user data scattered all over the system. That has all transferred properly. And in addition, again, that old machine had multiple user accounts, and those all transferred correctly as well. Now, one thing to note here is that the old PC has not been modified in any way. So typically, what you would do now is just shut down this machine and put it on a shelf for a couple days to allow the user to validate the new configuration. Now, this is a typical experience running PCmover for a very simple use case. But what if you have a more complicated case? What if you want to make some modifications to the process, like blocking certain items or redirecting data to a new location without needing to click any buttons to do it? What if we have 10,000 PCs to migrate and we want to automate the whole process to get it done without any human effort at all? Included with the PCmover Enterprise software is the PCmover Policy Manager, which allows us to create PCmover policies to give us the ability to control at a granular level everything that PCmover does and everything that PCmover shows. In fact, this policy that I have on screen here is a full automation configuration. I could remotely launch this from an automation system like SCCM or PDQ to instruct PCs to migrate themselves without human intervention based on the rules that we have set in this policy. Now, you can see here that we just have dozens of knobs and switches that we can adjust, so I'm not going to go through this in more depth here, but what I want you to take away is that these policies are the real power of PCmover Enterprise. Policies give PCmover the versatility to accommodate any use case that you can imagine. Now let's look at another use case. We see this quite often with MSPs and large enterprises who may outsource their migration effort. The situation here is that we have PCs on campus that we need to migrate, but the actual technician who is doing the work is in some remote location. Another component included with the PCmover Enterprise software is the PCmover Transfer Manager. What we will do here is to give that remote technician access to the network, typically with a VPN connection, and then install a small PCmover component on the machines that we need to transfer. Once we do this, the technician runs Transfer Manager, and we will see those machines here in this list. What we can do now is simply choose the machines that we want to transfer, choose a policy that we've created earlier to, for example, embed our license key. Let's do that. And now create a transfer. PCmover Transfer Manager will then create a virtual interface to perform the migration. This interface gives us all of the options that we would have if we were actually running PCmover on the machines. Again, with Transfer Manager, we don't need to take remote control of the machines. We don't even need to log into them. Note too that this is only a control channel. None of the data that is transferred between these two machines is coming back to my management PC remotely. The transferring PCs talk directly. We're just controlling the effort remotely. Finally, for this session, let's look at our latest improvement to PCmover, which is integration with Intel Endpoint Management Assistant, or EMA, to perform PCmover transfers with Intel vPro-enabled PCs. What I have here is a standard installation of Intel EMA that is managing some endpoints. What we have done is to write extensions to the EMA server that allow PCmover to leverage EMA's capabilities. We have a simple web interface running on the EMA server to configure PCmover, but the main interest here is back in Transfer Manager. So once again, here's the Transfer Manager interface for that previous case that I outlined, where we have machines on campus needing to be transferred with a remote technician who's VPNing in to control that work. Well, if we move down to the Intel vPro tab, we see something very similar. The big advantage here, though, is that the remote technician does not need access to the network. There's no VPN involved. The technician is simply working through the EMA server to perform this effort. Also, if you recall, for the basic Transfer Manager functionality, we needed to install a small component of PCmover on each of the machines that we want to transfer. Not so with vPro. What we can do here with our extensions is to detect whether PCmover is or is not installed on a given machine, and if it isn't, with one click, we can install PCmover. Once we've done that and have a set of machines with PCmover installed, we can then do the virtual control interface to perform the transfer, just like we can with the basic Transfer Manager functionality. That's it for this session. Just a quick overview of some of what PCmover offers. Once again, I'm going to encourage you to set up a one-on-one discussion with us for a more comprehensive look, and I'm going to leave you now with 3 simple points. PCmover works. It really does. The whole point of PCmover is to make the new environment work just like the old environment without any fixing needing to be done by you or the user. And in the vast majority of cases, this is exactly what will happen. PCmover is easy. Again, in most cases, just run in a default configuration and PCmover will do exactly what is necessary. But PCmover is versatile. PCmover's different workflows combined with PCmover policies allow us to develop a configuration that will be the most efficient for your specific use cases. Thanks for watching.